it's Hannah, and I'm live streaming, obviously. What else would I be doing? Let me quickly check that this is working. I know there's a bit of lag. Yeah, and I remember to switch the microphone on. I have all the skills. You know you're jealous. How are we all? I hope we're well. Just gonna, wait a little bit until people come and join me. Sorry I look a little bit like rubbish today. Yeah, I've had a traumatic day and I couldn't be bothered with my appearance, and I hope that people aren't offended by it. And yeah. Hey Anna and Big K, I hope you're both well. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, I told you I looked a bit like rubbish, so you were prepared. You knew what you were expecting, or you knew what was coming more than you knew what to expect. There we go. That's good English. But yeah, I'm feeling super tired right now. Although I did take I napped from like 4 or like 4:30 till 6, and then I napped for another half an hour. Possibly shouldn't have done, but hey. Hey, baking bread, how fancy pants. Hey Jessica, I'm fine. Yes, I will get into the story shortly on what has occurred and why I look like I do. Ding. And all of that jazz. Okay, I'm just going to get into it anyway. Hey, Lucy. So, this morning at 4:30 in the morning, I was awoken by what sounded like rain. So I assumed it was rain, because what else would I think it was? And so Mario, my boyfriend, for those who don't know, got up and out of bed, and I thought he was just getting up because he gets up early to go to work and all of that jazz. And then I saw him with a torch on looking by the sink, and then I just kind of woke up. And yeah, there was water spraying out from underneath. So we've got 2 sinks in our bedroom, and underneath the sinks we have a cupboard. And behind the cupboard is all the plumbing and stuff. There was water spraying out from the cupboards, basically. So we phoned the only person that we know who to phone, who is the kind of handyman, and he has his phone switched off. And then we ring our landlady, who is in America. That's where she lives. She's in the US. And so I suppose one of the perks to her living in the US is that she was awake when this was all happening. One of those. But she was able to ring a plumber. I was told at 6 o'clock that the plumber was going to come around at between 7:15 and 7 o'clock. It gets to 7:15. I text my landlady and I say, still no sign of the plumber. And so she rings them and they say, okay, they'll be there within 15 minutes. So I was just like, all right. 7:45, I retext my landlady and say, still no signs of the plumber. Basically, the plumber showed up at 8:30. 2 plumbers. In the meantime, the handyman had come round because the landlady had managed to get through to him. He had a look at it and was basically like, I can't really do anything about this. So then the plumbers came round, they had a look at it, they tried to do something. They managed to slow the water that was spraying out, because at this point, this had been happening for 4 hours, and I had completely run out of dry towels, which was a little bit stressful. And so then what happened? Oh, it all seems so long ago. I can't believe it was all this morning. And obviously Mario had gone to work at this point. He'd left at 6:30, as he always does. And I don't deal well with talking to people I don't know. I don't feel comfortable phoning people. My German's good, but it's not good enough to be able to say, hey, there's a hole in a pipe and there's water spraying out and we don't know what to do. Basically, the whole sink needed to be taken out. If you follow me on Snapchat, you would have already seen all this happen. But the whole sink needed to be taken out. So then they phoned a different company, or the first two plumbers that came said that a different company needed to be rang. Hot water was spraying out of the hot water pipe. So I live in like a block of flats, so it's kind of like a complex. There's quite a few flats around. Anyway, none of the flats had any hot water, which isn't great for those. And yeah, so I was then told that I would have a company phone me and say, you know, arrange for somebody who was able to take out a sink, or which is a wash basin for those who, I don't know if US terminology is different. Anyway, take out the sink, repair the hole in the water pipe and put it back. I've learned so much today, German wise. Then another man came round. So this is man 4 of the day, 5 if we include Mario that I've had in my flat. And he comes in, he has a look, he's just like, well, that's not going to be easy to fix. And I said, I know. I thought that's why he was coming round. And then the handyman comes back and says, what company are you from? You're not meant to be here. Who knows where that strange man came from? He came in with his toolbox, pardon the expression, came in with his toolbox, took a look at my hole. Wow. Stop, rewind. He came in with his toolbox, had a look at the burst pipe. So many innuendos, I don't even know what to do with myself. And then basically said, can't really do much, and then left. And then 2 more men came. So I've had 7 men in my flat today. And then just as the final 2 men came, I met my neighbours, who said, do you know when the hot water's coming back on? And I said, no. They said, we need to shower. They were about to go on a run. And I said, so do I. I'm not a plumber. I'm not a plumber. How am I meant to know how long it's going to take? Anyway, it was all fixed by 1:30. And it was very traumatic. Oh my goodness, Anna. I am so glad that my life isn't a porno. I won't lie. With all the men or all the plumbers that I've had traipsing through my flat today. It wouldn't have been a good one. Well, I don't know. It depends what you're into. For me, wouldn't have been a good one. But yeah, so I've been quite traumatized. So because my sleep pattern's slightly ruined, and I don't know why, because I got quite a decent sleep pattern last week. I got into a bit of a role. I was just like, yeah, I can do this, sleeping like a grown-up, which is, you know, going to sleep at a reasonable time and waking up at a reasonable time, which for me was going to sleep before 11 o'clock or before 12 o'clock even. And I'm not on the Apfelwein, I'm just on water. I was going to go buy Apfelwein today, but then everything happened and I couldn't be bothered to go and buy Apfelwein. I'm just going to comment in our Crafty Amino chat the link to Anna Pixel Pearls. Can you comment the link in the Crafty Amino chat as to where you can watch this, because I can't be bothered. I'm so lazy. Sorry. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah. So I went to sleep at 2:30 last night, or this morning, I suppose, and then 2 o'clock, and then got woken up at 4:30. So I've had 2.5 hours of sleep. So I napped this afternoon, and I wasn't going to, because then I suppose that would be the normal sleep pattern. That's how you get back into it. But yeah. And it was really frustrating because all day I've basically heard spraying water or running water, which sounds like, well, it makes you need the toilet quite a lot. And then by the time the second plumbers had come around, I had filled up one of these, just one of these. Oh, thanks, Monica. I hope work's going well. I filled up one of these, which is only 400 milliliters, which I think is an odd size for a cup. Be 500 or be 250, but whatever. And I drank it, and I just needed the toilet. Lucy, I won't be able to add you into the Crafty Mino chat. It is a private chat, which is just for me and some of my buds, where we chill out and talk about crafting and everything else that goes on. You know, like waking up at 4:30 in the morning to water spraying into your room. So, how I've spent this afternoon after the men have gone, because bless them, as they were leaving, they cleaned everything up. There is something, right, okay, so they took all the stuff out. They took the sink out and they took the cupboard out. But before they did that, they tried to get in from the other side. So now we got a random hole in the wall that isn't really a hole. Why they bothered to do that, I don't know. And then there's like this weird metal frame that didn't get put anywhere. But it was really awkward for me because, like I say, I don't socialize that well with people I don't know, especially when they talk at me in a language that I'm comfortable with, but not, I don't know technical language. So they'd be like at me and, oh, hey, Mika. They talk at me like the speed of light, and then kept saying the word insurance. And I don't know if they meant mine. I don't even know if I have insurance. Mario sorts all that out. Yeah, I got a bit stressful. But yeah, that was my morning. Hey, everyone that's joining me. You just missed my traumatic tale. Basically, burst pipe, lots of water, all the towels got soaked through. They have all now been washed. It got to the point where I ran out of towels, where I had to put towels in the washing machine and just spin it, because obviously no hot water, and just spin it so the towels could, you know, get rid of some of the water and then lay it back down again. It was a bit stressful and, well, traumatic, obviously. And so yeah, I felt a bit awkward because I didn't really know what to do with myself, and I just kind of sat there and used all of the battery on my phone and tablet, all of the battery over the 10 hours or so that this was happening. It was distressing, very distressing. Oh, thanks to those who follow me on Snapchat. Yeah, I need to sort my Snapchat story out, as in I need to post to it more. I don't post to my Snapchat story enough. So I only have my English phone in Germany, which is usually fine. I'm talking too much. Hey Ash, if you're watching this, get on your laptop. It should, my live stream, does it come up in the subscription feed? It should do. It should just come up in the subscription feed. You should just be able to watch it via there. You see, if you turn on notifications for my channel, you'll be notified every time I upload a video and live stream. And I enjoy live streaming. I feel like I should do this more. Whenever Mario is out playing Dungeons and Dragons, I should live stream. He was out last week too, so I could have live streamed again. But yeah, I can't remember what I was saying. You know what I mean? I go off on tangents all the time. Nope. It's gone. It's gone. Hey, Pixel Pearls. Anna, I should just refer to you by your real name. I get notifications from you too. I put notifications for all of my friends on everything, especially Instagram now. For those of you who don't know, Instagram is changing up its game. So instead of posting chronologically, although it still is at the minute, it's in the process of transitioning or something, I don't really know. But instead of posting chronologically, it's going to start posting, you know how Facebook timelines isn't chronological anymore. It just tells you, it just shows you kind of the friends that you interact with the most come up the highest, or they come up the most free, I don't know. But because Instagram is owned by Facebook, that is what is going to be cracking off over there. So if you don't want to miss any of my Instagram posts and I don't know why you would. Hey, Ash, let me Facebook you the link. Instagram post, yeah. Turn on the notifications for that because it'll be useful. Hang on. Ash, I'm trying to get to you. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh my goodness, I have too many Ashleys on my thing. I didn't know I had that many. Are you the link? You're the link. Ding. There we go. That's that sorted. But I've had people knocking on my door all day and it's been a lot. How did this go from my day to Instagram? Because I go off on tangents all the time. I'm not very good at keeping a train of thought going along the tracks. And yeah, I'm a bit all over the place. But I was meant to, okay, so speaking of tangents, so my parents and family basically are coming to visit on Easter Monday, which is a week today, and they are staying for a week, and then I'm going back to England with them on the next Monday, and then I'm in England until that Saturday. So I fly back on the 9th. So basically, I have 3 weeks worth of videos to film this week because I didn't plan ahead. I think it's more that all of a sudden Easter kind of appeared and then it was like a surprise. I'm here, and I didn't really know what to do with my life. And then I planned my week because Mario's off on Friday because it's Good Friday, therefore bank holiday. So I planned to film 8 videos and I'd edit and upload them on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But then because I slept because of today interrupting my life, because it's exhausting when you spend half the day feeling like anxious and stressed out and understanding foreign languages that you're not used to listening to so intently all the time. It just kind of messed up my day. So I'm now a day behind. I was meant to post a plan with me tomorrow, but instead of a plan with me, I'm live streaming. Ding. I hope that's okay with everyone. I need to inform my family that my sink is fixed. Lucy, I won't be able to do bottle top crafts because I don't have any bottle tops. I won't be able to order any in time. I sat with Mario and like planned what videos I will be doing. It's all fixed now. Oh, that doesn't say thank goodness. Goodness. Tangents, 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 tangents. How can I film so much? Because I need to. Oh yeah, yeah. I sat down with Mario and was planning all of the videos that I was going to do in the next 3 weeks, and yeah, I said, oh, I don't really know what to film, and he said, well, why don't you do this? And it's just like, well, I don't want to do another beadwork tutorial because all I seem to do is beadwork tutorials. Because I'll tell you why I do so many beadwork tutorials. I know what I'm doing in them. I have beads. It saves me buying like a lot of extra materials. How can I film so much? Because I need to, basically. The videos or the editing I do is actually relatively simple compared to a lot of hey Ash, welcome to the chat. The editing I do, words, I'm just going to message my mum back. Oh my goodness, I've just realized I tweeted in German. Oh, how exciting. As in YouTube sent out a thing to say that I'm live streaming. No, Twitter sent out a thing to say that I'm live streaming, and it tweeted it in German, and I just found out because Glitter just liked it, and it's very exciting. I don't know why I'm so excited. I'm in Germany. I should be over it. I've done 2 lots of washing, and they're all drying now. Fab. Do I play video games? The only video games I play are The Sims 4, and that's it. I really like The Sims. Mario tried to get me into Skyrim. It's really, this glare off the things is really annoying, but glasses. Mario tried to get me into Skyrim on the computer because I know that Anna Pixel Pearls, who's in the chat, really loves Skyrim, and he loves Skyrim. The issue that I have with it is I can't work out how to control it, because you use a mouse to look around, and then you use some keys, WASD, W something. Anyway, you use keys to move. I can't coordinate looking around and moving, which is the same issue I have on the PlayStation, because Mario loves his PlayStation and plays a lot of PlayStation games and all of that jazz. I'm not very good at turning and moving, so I just get shot a lot. Ja, kann ich say something in German? Na ja, natürlich, ich kann etwas auf Deutsch sagen. Und ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. Es ist nicht perfekt, ich kann nicht perfekte Deutsch sprechen, aber es ist okay. The Sims does rock. I love The Sims. I tell you what I really want to do is make Sims videos, but I don't know if my little laptop, bless him, is powerful enough to deal with it. Oh, sorry, I keep knocking the table. I'm too excited. I'm jazzed. Danke, Bibolina 1. I do really like strange storylines, and it's very exciting. I got really into one. Oh my goodness, it was so dramatic. Basically, I made this person who was sleeping around because that is what she wanted to do. And I would love to make a plumb bob from beads. That would be incredible. Okay, that is going to be on my to-do list. I even think I possibly have a way of doing it. But yeah, she was, you know, and she was just going to have lots of children with lots of different men. Fine. But this all got stopped because I wanted to, I popped into the gallery because you do that sometimes. Or did I, no, I went into the non-playable characters section when you can go and edit. I like making people. So every so often I'll play The Sims for a bit, and then I'll go in and I'll change the appearance of one of the townsfolk, and it's fun for me. But anyway, I saw this man who was just stunning, and I added him to the thing, and all of a sudden the storyline just blew up, and she had a child with him, and the person that she was married to didn't know, and it was very dramatic, and it was so much fun. Okay, people seem to want me to make videos on Sims things, so that might have to happen at some point because I love it. I will see what I can do plumb bob wise, because I'm thinking something with like wire and beads, but we shall see. I really want to start streaming my Sims 4 things because it's so much fun. I really enjoy it. But I don't know how to do it. I literally have no idea. And I spoke to Mario about it, and he doesn't think that our laptop would be able to handle it because you need quite a high thing. What's it? Processor? You know, I have an A level in ICT. I should know something about computers. Actually, no, I shouldn't. ICT is more about the computer programs as opposed to the computers themselves. So I'm saved. Yay! Basically, in A level ICT, I learned how to do how to make a database and how to make a spreadsheet which is obviously the highlight of everyone's life. Hey, Big K! Boo, 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 boo. I would love it if he helped me. I'm sure Mario could help me too if I ask. Round, there we go. Thanks, Alicia. Yeah, thanks, Alicia. But yeah, no, I really the blah. Oh, thanks, Laura. I'm not that clever. Jessica, I shall show you how I organize my craft items behind these fold-up chairs. The reason we have fold-up chairs here is because our house is the hosting house for Dungeons and Dragons, which we play, because Mario is a dungeon master. So, and we've got a massive table. In our heads, the table was bigger than it actually is. So, here, I'm wearing Jimmy Jams in case you see him. So here is my craft chest of drawers. So when we moved to Germany in like August, we took the drawer handles off the drawers so they wouldn't catch on anything and they would stay closed. And then I've asked Mario, because I'm incompetent at building things, I've asked him to put them back on, and he hasn't. So they're a pain in the ass to open. So drawers of random stuff. They used to be organized, and then they're not. This is all nail varnish in this box here. These are all my Delica beads that are in tubes. I have some Delica beads in bags here because I recently ordered some because I have an addiction. I have some findings and stuff in here and extra stuff, and then you are all currently sat on another sewing box that has more stuff in. Stuff! That is why I can't do a video about how I organize my craft items, because I'm not very organized. Da, 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 da. Yes, I do like Doctor Who, Anna's Ivy. I love Doctor Who. I will say that I'm not very good at. Oh, I say I'm not very good. Oh my goodness, it's because I'm reading the chat and trying to talk. We didn't watch all of the last season though. It's more because we couldn't. BBC iPlayer doesn't really work consistently when you're in a different country and you've used a whatever, is it a VPN, to get around the fact that you want to watch iPlayer. So we haven't watched it. Delicate beads do take over your life because you have some and then you think, oh, I tell you what else I need, all of the other colors. And then because I used to work in a bead shop, I used to get discount. In fact, I still get discount. But meant that it was all too easy to buy Delica beads. There's so many people watching. This is crazy. I think oh my goodness, I have water in my glasses. I think in the last chat I did, but then back on. In the last chat I did, I only got 18 at my most. I've got 30 now. How exciting! Thanks, guys. Also, we are very, very close to 16,000 subscribers, which I'm very excited about. Very excited. I kind of want to move the fold-up chairs back, but I'm just going to leave them there because you don't really want to watch a video of me moving chairs, because where's the excitement in that? So, question for you Doctor Who fans out there. Sorry if you're not a Doctor Who fan, take a seat. Discuss your favourite bands. I don't know, just stop a moment. I say favourite bands because I'm wearing my Queen jumper. Who is your favourite Doctor? And I'm going to say from the 9th Doctor onwards, because I watched from Christopher Eccleston. My teeth in. I watched from Christopher Eccleston onwards. I don't really I know the old Doctors. I'm not very familiar with them though. I'm agreeing with Fabulous Lily. I like David Tennant. Although Peter Capaldi is ace. Peter Capaldi is a really good Doctor. I really like Matt Smith as well, but David Tennant is just really attractive. Plus, John Barrowman was in that series, and he's also very attractive, even if he is extremely gay. Therefore, you know, oh, Jessica, I'm so sorry to hear about your dad. My thoughts are with you. We've got a crafty chat coming up next week, if that will help you out at all. Well, that made me really sad. Sorry. I'm glad I can keep you company. I hope that, you know, he's comfortable. That's all I'm going to say on the matter, because otherwise I'm going to get sad. Who was the fourth Doctor, Monica? Who was the fourth Doctor? I don't know the orders. I just know actors' names. Not my fault. Because my parents grew up on Doctor Who. And so I'm familiar with various actor names. Captain Jack was so wonderful. I tell you what was good, Torchwood. Anyone watch Torchwood? That was ace. Oh, Tom Baker. Yes, he was good. Torchwood was ace. I really liked I can't remember his name. Yanto? Yeah. He was like Captain Jack's boyfriend. But I don't know if they were like official, so I didn't really want to say boyfriend. Torchwood is ace, and yeah, no, Tom Baker's really good, and he's got a really nice voice. It's like very therapeutic. Torchwood was definitely aimed at the older audience. You could tell that from the first episode, which is when you switched it on, and there was a girl getting very familiar with a man in a nightclub toilet, and then turned out he was an alien. Surprise! So yeah, you could tell from the first episode it was definitely aimed for a more adult audience, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Oh my goodness, the last few episodes with like Captain Jack's grandson or whatever he was. Oh my goodness, the tears flowed so heavily. And Peter Capaldi was in that one, and he played the Prime Minister. Anna, the danger of one-night stands. Have you ever had it when, on those one-night stands, your one-night stand turned into an alien? Because me too. Never. Yeah, Yanto, that was his name. Yeah, no, he was... Nothing happened to him for those who haven't seen it yet, because spoilers are the devil. La 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 la. Oh my goodness, I didn't know. German friend in the chat. Are you still here, German friend? Gestartet, is that an allowed verb? Because in my YouTube tweet that YouTube sent, it says ich habe einen Livestream unter YouTube link gestartet. Because in my head that shouldn't be right. But I also know Denglish is a thing because I wrote a whole dissertation on it. Oh my goodness, I know, right? First world problems when you explode after your one-night stand. Oh my goodness. Why does that keep happening? I take a drink and then the liquid just kind of splooshes back in and then goes all over my face. Not fun. So many people are loving David Tennant. That's good. I've lost 5 watches. Well, thanks for joining me if you have joined me. Yeah, no, totally never happened to me either. We're okay. I should definitely have said neither just then, not either. Grammar is hard, people. Grammar is hard. Started, launched. Oh, hey, Glitter, do you speak German? Because that would be ace. Oh, tweet translator. Okay. Ignore me. Tell you what I've recently started playing again. It's Sims Free Play on my tablet, which is horribly addictive. And I feel slightly guilty. How many languages can I speak? 3 technically, but I haven't spoken French in 2 years, 3 years, 3 years this year. I spoke a bit of it at Christmas. We went to Belgium, but yeah, no, I can speak French, German, and English. Well, I can speak German and English, and I have a degree in German and French. But basically, English is the only one that I can comfortably speak fluently. German, I kind of struggle through and kind of look at people like, when they ask if I have a bucket, that was another traumatic experience of today. People kept asking for things, and you don't learn the word bucket. I don't have a day job. I am technically a full-time YouTuber, but I'm a full-time broke YouTuber because I don't make much money off YouTube. As in, so when you earn money on YouTube, you can only get the money transferred into your bank account after you've earned $100. I'm not yet at that point to get that every month. So it's every other month. So I am technically a full-time YouTuber. So if you're here for the laugh, take a chill pill. If you were here for the last live stream, then you would have seen me be a bit mysterious about something that was happening on Wednesday. And I, Anna, tickle me. I had a job interview at Lego. It was just at a Lego store in town. And I thought the fact that I knew English would be advantageous to us all. And it was the most humiliating job interview I have ever done. Basically, so that happened. It was a bit distressing, and it put me on a downer for a couple of weeks. And yeah. So the thing is, I spend day to day basically in my flat doing YouTubey things. Every so often I leave and I go for a walk, or I go into town, or I go and buy something. The only German interaction I have is at bars, at restaurants, maybe if a stranger asks me directions, even though they tend to ask me in English, because clearly I look quite English. Apparently it's the hair dye. Apparently only English people, or not only English people, it's a stereotype. I've been told by both French and Germans that it's a stereotype that English people dye their hair and wear miniskirts, which I do. I have good legs. So I don't talk a lot of German to people, and I need to find some German friends. I went to the interview just like, yeah, pumped, I can do it, because Mario had told me for the past 5 days that I could do it. And so I'm just like, I can do it. And so I went in, and I didn't understand the first question she said. And then it was downhill from there. And then I got really, really panicky. And then it was a 35-minute interview, and it seemed like the longest thing ever. And the opening question was, what is Lego's mission? And I couldn't even think of a question. I couldn't even think of an answer in English. So how am I meant to think of one in German? And I just kept saying the word happy too much, as in the German word glücklich. I just kept saying that too much. And then, yeah, it wasn't the greatest experience of my life. And needless to say, I didn't get the job. But hey, everything happens for a reason. And I will find some form of work at some point. No, I didn't go through all the different items in my dresser, referring to the thing that I laughed to previously. I need to go on Duolingo. The thing with German Duolingo is that I took a test at the beginning, and it kind of bypassed me through most of it. I don't know what Lego's mission is. They didn't tell me what the answer is. I said, after a lot of fumbling around, I said, I can't say this. Anna, no one hates German. No one hates Lego. After a lot of fumbling around in German, I said, I can't say this in German. She said, say it in English then. And I said, to spread happiness throughout the world. Because, I don't know. It was a sales position job. My job is to sell people Lego. No, apparently not. But yeah, she just kept saying the phrase language barrier, so I knew it wasn't going to be a successful interview. Thanks, Anna. It made me feel very slightly better. You know when I do that thing where I drink too much water and then I need to pee? Yeah, that's kind of happened. Oh my goodness. It's apparently to inspire and develop the builders of tomorrow. Okay. I don't know how to say that in German, so that wasn't going to be a good thing. I said that I said in my German fumble, I said it doesn't inspire, I didn't say inspire, I don't know the word for inspire, but the gist I tried to get across was it inspires happiness and creativity, which is kind of inspiring the builders of tomorrow. Doesn't matter, didn't get the job. Yeah, no, treading on Lego is the worst thing ever. And maybe this is just an English thing, thinking about it. Possibly. Okay, English plugs. Do I have an English plug around? Like electrical socket plug. I do. I will be right back. I return. So this is what an English plug looks like for those who aren't aware. We have 3 pins. And yeah, so the reason I don't think this happens in, I don't know every plug for every country. I only know the US and Europe, but because they're flat, I figure this doesn't long. But sometimes these plugs are this way up, and then you tread on it, and it is more painful than treading on a Lego brick, than treading on Lego in general. So yeah, fun fact. If you think treading on Lego is bad, tread on a 3-pin plug. And that was just my camera charger. That's something else that you don't think about when you move to a foreign country. Bringing plug adapters, because nobody has plugs like this except for England. That's why we need to leave the EU. We don't. We don't need to leave the EU. Oh, anyone living in England right now? June, please don't vote us out the EU. I quite like living here. Thank you. Yeah, Alicia, definite. The air turns blue when you tread on a 3-pin plug. And I'm not going to say what I was about to say. Actually, yes, I am, because I've already thought it now. Touch wood. I've not stepped on one in a very, very, very long time. Like a really long time. But I do remember it being excruciatingly painful. Anna, you don't pack them. You don't. Anna says that these plugs are annoyingly large. How do you pack them? You don't. You just kind of smash them in your clothes and get pin dents in your clothes. It's just a massive inconvenience. Like, why couldn't we get plugs like the rest of the world? Because we're British. Why can't we have euros like other people? Because we're British. Actually, no, we don't need euros, but I like having the pound. Yeah. We like to be different. Oh, you want to sew something? Any ideas? Oh, a pencil case? I was going to sew a pencil case. I have a sewing machine. It is in the box. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last live stream I did. Remember? I have a sewing machine. It's in the box and it's kind of over there. And I'm scared to use it. But I saw this really cool thing on Pinterest, which was like a pencil case like this. And then you have a band around it that's got a popper, or what are they called in the US? It's like a snap. You know, the things that like together. We call them poppers. And yes, poppers are other things as well in British English. But yeah, so you put it, and then you have this bit of fabric that goes around the middle of it, and it makes it look like a bow, and it's super cute. So I was going to try and attempt one of those and film my attempt, but I can't remember how to thread a sewing machine. So Hey, Jill, hi. Oh, I'm excited that you're watching, and now I feel a bit nervous because a real life friend is watching it. Snap, good to know. Glitter, I knew that you'd appreciate that. Yeah, looks like a bow. I was going to try and film my attempt at doing it, but when my sister comes to visit, I might have to see if she can help me thread it, because she did textiles at GCSE. I did half a year of textiles. I did a quarter of a year of textiles in my whole thing of school. So yeah, Anna, it's a really nice sewing machine as well, like really, really nice sewing machine. It was on Groupon and it was far too much money, but I had a full-time job then. But it was cheaper than it should have been. And it's basically sat in the box, and it makes me feel really, really sad. We'll never get a PO box. I really want a PO box. If anyone's in Germany, and I don't think anyone probably is. If anyone's in Germany, can you possibly message me about helping me about getting a PO box? I don't understand the website, and Google Translate doesn't help me out either. Stress. Jill, I'm really excited to come and see you. I think we're going to come on the Thursday. I've had a look at trains. There are quite good trains. There's a train at 9 o'clock, gets us in for 11 o'clock ish. And then there's a train in the evening at 9 o'clock. That's the latest train that we can get. It's at 9:15, I think. So if we come and leave on the same day, then yeah, you get a nice little window with us. And then it depends, obviously, if Chris can get the day off as to whether he can join us and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I will actually talk to you about that at some other point, and not when I'm in a chat with loads of other people. Sorry, I got distracted by life. I feel bad for my sewing machine too. Hey, Nicole. Anna's Ivy, are you in Germany? I think you are. Germany does have PO boxes. They're called Postfach, Postfächer, Postfach. I've looked at them before. It seems that they have different ones for letters and parcels, and they're not that expensive, which is making me think I'm reading it wrong. Yes, stress. Oh yeah, Anna Simon, you were here last week because I said, oh, is that in Austria? And really embarrassed myself. Sorry, busy. Yeah, Anna, come and visit. Help me out. Help out my poor sewing machine, please. Would like that. Yeah, Anna's Ivy. Yeah. Oh my God, there's too many Annas in this chat. There's Annas and Hannahs and all sorts. Yeah, it is stupid because I kind of just want one. I don't want to have to open two. But they're not too far away from where I live, which is good. Oh, thanks, Anna's Ivy. Let me click onto your channel and turn the sound off on my computer. Do you have an email address or something somewhere? Tell you what, I'll save it. I'll sort you out. I'll sort it out. Yeah. I get very flustered, and my videos just start playing in the other screen. Calm down. Calm down. I don't have any crafting to do at the minute. I do. I technically do, because I announced my Instagram winner, and I was going to make a bracelet today after I did film 2 Plan with me, but then I was too traumatized and stressed. Quick, take a picture of the screen. Hey Beth, you're right. Come on, load. I'm just taking a picture of the chat so I can save the email address. Can I read it? Can I read it? Can I read it? No, I can't. What's a better thing to do? Print screen. Where's that? There. Smile. Okay, I just print screened. I didn't want to be ugly on the print screen. I think I've saved. I could just also write down your email Oh my goodness, I was just having a dance and just got the strangest look from someone walking past. I'm also going to write it down in my notes. Thanks for the translation help. Like, it's really specific. The thing is, my German's okay for like day to day. V-A-N-A-A. Oh my goodness, everyone's making me feel really stupid right now. They're just like, why don't you just copy and paste it? I'm just like, all right, technology whizzes. I panicked. I can't remember what I was. Yeah, no, my German's good for like day-to-day things. I can order food. I can have a chat with someone. I can have general conversation. I know the word for nitrogen. I know the word for oxygen. Useful. I gave a 20-minute talk about the financial crisis in German, all by myself. Do I know the word for bucket? No, I don't know the word for bucket. I learned it today and I've already forgotten it. I did learn the word for water pipe today though, so Wasserleitung. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Tell that to Donald Trump. I need to say my way. I have to be in a certain mood. I bought some. I'm terrified of my sewing machine. I don't know why I'm scared of it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Why am I scared of my sewing machine? It's ridiculous. I think I just keep thinking I'm gonna like sew over my thumb. Ima, thank you. He came out. The plumber came out and was just like, Ima. Also, I was told that you use formal German when talking to people you don't know, so I've spent all day trying to speak formal German because I'm not very good at it. And then, oh my goodness, I love Anna. I love that your hamster is watching me on the live stream. And then I've had people talk to me in informal German all day. Sure, I look like a 16-year-old child. I don't look like a 16-year-old child anymore. Oh, that's an interesting look. Sure, I look like a child when I don't have my glasses on, and I look like rubbish because I've had no sleep. But don't say do to me. How dare you? Unless it's just a rule that I've mislearned. But yeah, they were just like, do you have an Ima? And I'm just like, I don't know what that is. So he came out and pointed to the bin. He was just like, that is a rubbish bucket. She's like, oh, a bucket. No, we don't have one. I got the hiccups. I'm too excited. I can't believe I've literally just spoken nonstop for an hour. Actually, yes, I can. I know what I'm like. Yes, I want to see the hamster. One of my friends, Emma, who is from the blog Make and Fable, and if you like craft tutorials, you should go and check out Make and Fable's blog. And obsies, not sponsies. I'm never saying that again. But yeah, she has 2 cats, and I know so much about these cats. I feel like they're my own. And she, one of her cats, who's a bit ditzy, bless him. Oh, thanks, Alicia. Yeah, likes to sit and watch me, my YouTube videos. And like, he's apparently running around like a little chicken, shoots my YouTube videos on, and he just kind of sits and watches and just like. This is my cat impression, can you tell? Ditzy. Ditzy is like scatterbrain. You know, when your head's, you know, you're not like, you're not stupid, but someone help me translate ditzy. It's not stupid. Ditzy doesn't mean stupid. They're just a bit of a scatterbrain, bit all over the place, forgets really simple things. Sorry, I just clicked my finger. Sorry if that grosses anyone out. Oh my goodness, I'm showing the hamster. Look at the hamster. Ah, it's so cute. Thanks, Anna. Absent-minded, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Flaky, also good. All of these suggestions are wonderful. Thanks. Translating for the Swede. Yeah, I don't think I use strange words. Or maybe I do. Maybe it's like me with bucket today. You just never heard it before. It's never come up in conversation. Yeah, I really want a pet. Me. Someone else get days like that where you're just like, you know what I need right now? A pet. I just feel like it would keep me company. You know, I could have cuddles with said pet. I could live stream with a hamster on my shoulder. Not that it would ever stay there because it would kind of be all over the place, but I don't know. I really want a pet. I really miss having cats around because I grew up with cats. Even though now I'm allergic to them, which is weird because I wasn't allergic to them. And then I went to university and I've obviously went home from university during holidays and stuff and had 2 cats at my parents' house. And now I'm allergic to cats. Very stressful. So the moral of that story is never ever live in a cat-free household. Anna, I thought you were allergic to like everything. How can you have a hamster? As in everything fluffy. How can you have a hamster? Hawkins88 has suggested that I get a Tamagotchi app. It's not quite as cuddly, but I suppose it would work. I did have the what was I going to say? I can't remember. I'm not a dog person, although Maria really wants a dachshund, not like a miniature dachshund, but like a proper dachshund because they have fewer back problems. And I'm starting to warm to it. Oh, weird. Do rodents have different fluff to every other animal then? Because that's really peculiar. Allergies are strange things. Da 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 da. I love making up random songs. It really makes me happy. Oh, I've got such an itch on my schnoz. Yeah, I tend to do it just sort of walking around and I'm just like singing all the songs about nothing in particular. And I've come up with some good ones in the past. That wasn't a good one, but every so often, yeah. Revision tip for those of you who are still in school and need to study still for like tests and stuff. How I used to memorize things is I put it to song because you can remember song lyrics really well, but you can't remember things that you read out of a textbook. So I used to come on brain, catch up with me. I used to put my we say a lot of funny things here in Tennessee. I don't even know what that means, Terry, I won't lie. Yeah, studied songs. Yeah, Jingle Bells. There we go. That's the song I was thinking of. Yeah, I used to put things to the tune of Jingle Bells. It's a good tune. A lot of things goes with it. It's good for memorizing. I do love memorizing. I've realised today, right? So my landlady is German, I think. Judging by her accent, she's German. But my landlady's German, but she's living in the US, and so we're obviously English. So when we the English that she knows is obviously American English. Okay, Alicia, we have butter my ass and call me toast, which is basically the same as butter my butt and call me a biscuit, only for us biscuits are cookies, so it's weird to put butter on a biscuit, unless it's a digestive and you're having it with cheese. Yeah, and I said that the sink needed to be taken out to fix the hole in the thing, and in the pipe, and she didn't know what a sink was. And I was just like, she was just like, I don't understand what you mean when the sink has to be taken out. I was like, the wash basin. Who knew that when you speak British English, you also need to know American English? Laura P, what made you decide to live in Germany? So I have a degree in German and French because, you know, I'm like super awesome. Not true. I do have a degree in German and French. And my my boyfriend Mario wanted to teach abroad because he doesn't. He is the opposite to me in that he doesn't like to settle down and stay somewhere for a while. He likes to keep moving and keep learning and keep experiencing, whereas I'm very much one for regime and continuity, and I get stressed out with change. So, you know, moving country was a really good choice. But he wanted to teach abroad. And you know what? I kind of was just like, yeah, for sure. Why not? And then he wanted to teach in Japan originally. And I said, if you're going to teach in Japan, I'm not coming with you. You know, that would be too much of a culture shock for me. I couldn't deal with it. I wouldn't be able to read anything. I wouldn't be able to understand anything. Literally nothing would be familiar to me. The food is like completely different. I would not get on there. And then I said, you know what would be good? I speak German. Let's move to Germany. And so here we are, living in Frankfurt, which is in the state of Hessen. It's kind of to the southwest of Germany, ish, kind of more like middle west. It's that way and down a bit. And I'm really enjoying it. I'd enjoy it more if I had a job, maybe. Probably wouldn't actually, let's be honest. I haven't, yeah, no. Germany was a good choice. When am I switching out the balls of thread to match my new hair color? Well, maybe I will just have to change my hair color to match the balls of thread. Ding. Oh my goodness, look at all this. My background is so messy. I couldn't be bothered to tidy it. I was too tired. I have a fruit bowl here that's got some bananas in it. You can just see we've got Mary's German book is here. We've got my glasses cases here. We've got all sorts here. We've got Mario's toiletries and some of my perfumes and stuff here. And the expansion of the craft section. Anna, you'll have to persuade both Mario and myself to move up there because, like I say, I like familiar things. And if I don't understand anything in Sweden, I will be very stressed. Although you'll be there, so I'll just hang out with you all the time and we'll be fine. I've been with Mario for 5.5 years. 5.5 years? In 5 days. In 5 days, it will be exactly 5.5 years. Which is a super duper long time. And then we were kind of seeing each other the year before that. But like we weren't together. So Anna, how can you not have a bucket? Ugh, who doesn't have a bucket? Like the plumber was really annoyed that he had to go out to his van to get a bucket. Like, really? What got me into making craft videos? Okay, fun story time with Hannah in her PJs. And Christmas socks. I would also like to add I'm wearing Christmas socks. I got dressed in the dark this morning, but I actually did, and I wasn't in my PJs all day. Don't panic. You know, everyone who doesn't have English as a first language speaks English really well, and I kind of hate the fact that English is my first language. It's really frustrating. So I got into making craft videos in my last job, and any advice on starting a channel? Do it. Do it. Get yourself involved in the YouTube community. Make videos that you enjoy making and that you're passionate about, and try not to copy everyone else, which I know is extremely difficult because DIY is very popular at the moment. And I keep kind of going from, yes, I want to make things that I want to make. I want to do beading. I want to do crochet. I want to do friendship bracelets. I want to do all these ridiculously time-consuming crafts. And then, on the other hand, sorry, I just kind of gurgled. It's a bit of an awkward hiccup. On the other hand, I keep seeing people do really short, jazzy, I'm like a music video, but I'm not, videos where they make like random things like slime and things like that. That's just not where my interest lies. But I keep going between, like, maybe I should film popular videos because then I will get more traffic to my channel, but I don't really want to do that because that's not who I am. And it's just kind of it's like a tug of war with myself. I was just like, what is that game called? I got into making craft videos because in my last job I worked in a bead shop, and they had a YouTube channel and they decided to film more videos, and I filmed one of them and I quite enjoyed doing it. And I thought that I could and I completely agree with you. I'm not going to read out what you've written, but I do completely agree with you. I agree, which is why I haven't done too many of them. But yeah, plus I thought it would be a really good way to promote my Etsy shop. And so I was just like, yeah, I'll do that. Why not? And then turns out I really, really enjoyed making videos and teaching people and showing people how to do things. And for me, it was a lot of fun. So the attention kind of came off my Etsy shop and was more onto my YouTube channel. And yeah, I've made some lovely friends thanks to YouTube. So that is something else I'd suggest. Get yourself involved in the YouTube community. Comment on people's videos. Don't like spam them because that's super annoying. But just comment on them, being like, "Hey, great job," blah blah blah. And you might make some really good friends through YouTube, like I have. Ding. You have Norwegian, just like Dutch and German friends who speak great English, and I feel very comfortable. Oh my goodness, tell me about it. Pixel Pals is in the chat. She's Swedish, and I can't talk to her. Well, I can obviously because I talk to her in English, but I meant I can't talk to her in Swedish, and she's tried to teach me Swedish before, but I can't remember it. I teach really well. My tutorials are always clear and easy to follow, unlike some. Oh, thanks, Laura. I do my best. Like, I was editing Sunday's video, yesterday's video. It's only Monday. I can't believe it's only Monday. I was editing yesterday's video, and I was just, I don't know, I got a bit stressed out about it because I take criticism quite harshly. So I know that I probably shouldn't be on the YouTubes, but I am anyway. And yeah, so I take criticism quite harshly. So when somebody comments on my video and it's just like, "Oh, great video, but you went a bit fast on this," or "it was slightly out of focus," I get really stressed out. So I don't mind you telling me. It makes me try extra hard for the next video. I just put too much pressure on myself. So I was editing this video, and as I was filming the voiceover, I was thinking to myself, people aren't gonna like this. They're gonna think it's too fast and out of focus, but people seem to think it's okay. So that is a treat and a half. But yeah, my new camera, which I thought was going to be like the DB, the bee's knees. The DB is the dog's bollocks, which is like the cat's pajamas, which is like the creme de la creme. Oh my goodness, so many idioms. But yeah, I thought this new camera was going to be the DB, but it's actually kind of hard to film beadwork on because the focus is really good if you keep your hands very still in one place, which I don't do with beadwork. Editing system. I use Adobe Premiere Elements. Ba-da-ba-ba. I used Windows Movie Maker for a real long time, and then it started freezing and crashing on me whilst I was editing videos, and one day I was just like, ah! And oh my goodness, that was such an angry face. I'm sorry if I startled anyone. And I just downloaded Adobe Premiere Elements just before I moved last year. I haven't used Ion Color Brilliance dye. I'm not familiar with it. I only use Directions, and I have used Crazy Color. Those are the only two. And Adore, I've used Adore colored dye. So those are the only 3 brands of dye that I've used. I've tried the vitamin C method with anti-dandruff shampoo, and I haven't removed it. You've just got to keep doing it, basically. Any other tricks? Using like dish soap works. If you go to Lush, you can get something called I Love Juicy, which is a really, really cleansing shampoo. So make sure your hair is super greasy before you do it, or you have coconut oil in your hair or something, because it strips your hair. but that's really cleansing. And then there was another one that they gave me. I didn't give it to me, I bought it. That was like salt based, but I can't remember what it's called, but it had like lumps of salt in it. And then that also helps to wash it out. But I usually have to I usually have to resort to bleach bathing my hair, which I'm not going to be able to do next time. The only other option is to just go around the color wheel if you're trying to get to a different color. There's no quick way of doing it sometimes. You've just got to... I'm trying to fade my hair out now. I don't know what color I'm going to go. I'm just starting to use shampoo again. Oh my goodness, Terry, I completely agree with you. I have to craft a lot as well, just to stop myself going stir crazy. But I want to get into baking more, but it's finding the ingredients that I need in Germany, because it's a bit weird. Like, vanilla essence comes in a sachet, which is, yeah, a bit awkward. Could you'll go from blue to grey? Oh my goodness, Laura, I 100% agree. It is because my needle is too thick. I didn't take it as a criticism. The reason that my bead broke on my beaded bow tutorial is because my needle was too thick. 100%. I do have size 13s. I couldn't find any size 13s. I refuse to use size 15s. They're too small and they break in my hands. I really like the needles I use because they are stiffer. But yeah, no, I couldn't find my size 13s. Plus, I have a hard time threading size 13s, and I didn't have the time. I was very last minute last week. Blue to grey. Could you? You said it looks bad right now. Has it gone like a weird, like yellowy greenish color? Because what I'm thinking you could do is maybe, and this might not work, depending on how faded your hair is, and if it kind of looks yellowy, maybe put like a really light purple on it to like take the yellow out a bit, and then put a bluish grey on. Would that work? I don't know, hopefully. Arctic Fox has a really nice bluish grey colour, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's a really nice colour. It's kind of like pewter, which I suppose is dark grey as opposed to like a grey grey. But like, if you're going for a light grey, that is super hard to achieve. Super hard. In fact, I know of some hairstylists or hair colorists who refuse to dye silver hair. Yeah, silver shampoo, gift of gods. Definitely, 100% agree, Anna. 100% agree. Not that I've ever done it. Okay, Terry, bye. It was nice of you to join me. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to be here for maybe quarter of an hour more, unless I get a text from Mario in the meantime to say it's on his way home, and then I possibly will leave before then. I don't want him to feel awkward when he comes in. And then I'm just like, hi. And then he's just like, hi, because he clearly sounds like that. Because, right, Mario is really funny because he keeps talking, keeps talking, but like, yeah, I could do like a baking segment on your channel. And I was just like, yeah, you could. That would be amazing. I would love if you did that. And then every time I mention it, he's just like, no, I don't want to be on camera. I go really shy. And he does. Every time the camera's whipped out, he goes really shy and he doesn't know what to do. And it's really funny. Really funny. Which is why I haven't done anything like the boyfriend tag or anything, because I have someone else to do it. And yeah, I haven't done it because I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable. I want him to be comfortable and all of that jazz. But yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Big K. Pimm's is a gin-based drink. It's incredible. It's really, really good. It is kind of fruity. You drink it in the summer. Tell you what, I don't know how I'd get it to you, actually. I was going to say, tell you what, I'll get some brought over from England, but then I don't know how I'd get it to you. But it's really, really good. You mix it with lemonade, and then you put like berries and mint and cucumber in it, and it's really good. In England, Aldi sells Pimm's. In Germany, Aldi does not sell Pimm's. Well, it doesn't sell Pimm's, it sells like a Aldi equivalent. I think it's called like Jeeves or something. And then Asda's own brand is called Player's Punch, which really made us laugh because we're just like, player, because that is clearly what I'm like. Oh my goodness, having long hair is so much fun. Like, this is the longest that my hair has been in such a long time. But the ends are like getting super dry. Like I need to wash it tomorrow, but like I haven't brushed my hair today, so sorry. But the ends are getting super duper dry really, really quickly, and I've got like loads of split ends, and I've bought some hairdressing scissors to trim off the split ends. But I'm at the point now where my split ends have split ends. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is have like a couple of inches taken off my hair. So like maybe that much. That's my hair. That's more than a couple. Is that more than a couple of inches? No, it's not. That is a couple of inches, which would make me really sad because I like having luxurious. I like having a mane, but I'm not going to get my hair cut for a while because I can't get to my hairdressers because she is in England. Bella. Monica uses some of the tips that I use in my how to stop your hair fading video just because her hair is curly, not because it's dyed a jazzy colour. And I love that. Oh, Jessica, thank you so much for joining. Bye. It was nice to see you. I hope that your dad is comfortable and such, and I will see you in the next video. I really don't want to chop my hair, but I'm going to have to, and it's very distressing. Yeah, no, I heard that CO washing, not co-washing, stressful. I heard that CO washing is meant to be really good for curly hair. Like if you have like naturally really curly hair. I've always wanted curly hair. Always wanted curly hair. But then I was talking to my friend who has curly hair, and she said that she doesn't want curly hair. It's one of those things where you always want what you can't have. I'm not brave enough to cut my own hair. I like that I'm brave enough to like bleach my own hair and potentially have hair fall out from mis-bleaching it, but cutting it, no, that's far too scary. I am ridiculous. I've had the same hairdresser all my life. So my hairdresser was a family friend that I first went to when I was like, anyway, I've gone to all my life. And even when she wasn't cutting my hair, someone at her salon was cutting my hair. So, yeah, only once have I gone to a different hairdresser, and it wasn't traumatizing. I had my hair cut from here, and it was like really layered. It's kind of a mullet, let's be honest. I had a mullety hair at one point, and I loved it. I'm very into like 80s hair metal, and I've got hair literally everywhere. It's so tickly on my arms. Yeah, I had like mullety hair, so it was super long, but then like short and jazzy because I'm into 80s rock and that is what I do. And then I had it like cut from like here to like here, and it wasn't traumatizing. It was fine. It was nice and easy. But it's more that I now don't. Oh, I've run out of water. I now don't want to go to a different hairdresser, especially in Germany. Because what if I can't explain myself? I'm ridiculous. I'm just ridiculous. I could just take in a picture and be like, do this to my head. But yeah. Oh my goodness, so many people cut their own hair. I'm so jealous. I keep watching videos on how to cut your own hair, and I keep thinking, I'll do it. I don't want to do it. I can't deal if it's not straight. Oh, nope. Oh, so. Oh my goodness. I hope nobody screenshots this. This is so unattractive. Oh my goodness. Anna, I've got so many baby hairs right now. And last time, because I've gone to this hairdresser all my life, and she's a family friend, and she's known my family for such a long time. Like, she used to work with my dad before I was born. She's very honest with me, and she would tell me if I needed to get a lot of hair cut off. So I go and I say, hi, oh, when you do the vitamin C method, leave it on for a couple of hours. And it's very, very drying on the hair, so lots of conditioner. But if you do the vitamin C tablet on your hair, leave it on for a couple of hours. But it was nice for you to join me. Yeah, I said, take off as little as you need. If you think that I need a lot lopping off, please be honest and tell me. But she has a look at it and she's just like, it's not that bad. And then she looked at these bits in the front because I'm just like, I've got all these short bits in the front. And she had a look at them and she said, they're all baby hairs. They're not broken hairs. So all of these little hairs that you can see in most of my videos are just like chilling. These are all baby hairs. They're not broken hairs from me bleaching it. She trusts me so much that when I went to surprise my mum and dad in August, because it was my dad's birthday barbecue thing, and my roots were like redonk. She actually gave me some bleach. That is how much she trusts me. It was real nice. It was real nice. But yeah, no, my hair gets tangled in scarves too. So this is why I don't leave the house for very long. It's not why I don't leave the house for very long. I can't leave the house for very long. I get a complex. There's too many people around. It stresses me out. Tell you what, today is done. This is going to upset some of you. I've bitten my nails. So you see, this one is real short now. This one is kind of short and really scratchy. This one is super short now. And then my thumb got attacked too. This is what happens when you're stressed. Don't bite your nails, kids. Don't bite your nails. I can imagine curly hair is extremely difficult to keep up. I have a really scratchy bit now. I'm just going to sort that out. I can imagine that curly hair is really difficult to maintain and stuff. Anna, don't get too upset. They'll soon grow back. I haven't bitten them down half as short as they. Okay, except for this one. This one's super short. Can you see it? Yeah, that one's super short. But like, they're not bitten down half. This one. It's only 3. It's only 3. It's okay. My thumbnail is still above my thumb, so that's okay. And so it's just my ring finger on my left hand and my little finger on my right hand. They're the only victims. They're the only victims. But it's the first time I've bitten my nails in months. In months. But yeah. Curly hair. Yeah, no, I can imagine curly hair is super difficult to maintain. My hair's not super straight, it's just kind of, just there. I've always had frizzy hair, so I suppose it's always been like textured, but not properly curly. Cool, so team, I have 7 minutes maths. Yes, I've got 7 minutes left here. Anna, I 100% agree. The whole thing, I wouldn't have bitten my nails if I had a bucket. And I'm the more you know. It also wouldn't have happened to me if the handyman for the complex didn't talk to me like this and very intently and mumbles and actually no, because I talk quite clearly. I talk quite clearly, but he spoke so quickly. I'm just like, blah, 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 and all of his words become one, and it's just kind of, I look at him with such a look of, what, I don't know what you're saying, and he knows that I'm not German. He knows, and yet he doesn't slow down, and I feel like an ass if I'm like, can I talk a bit slower, please? And I don't know why, because I wouldn't have an issue if someone who wasn't a native English speaker, or I know, even if someone was a native English speaker, I wouldn't have a problem if they said, Hannah, can you talk a bit slower, please? But I don't know, I worry too much about what other people think of me. In Germany, it's wonderful. It's almost Easter. So, yeah, it's super tall. No, it's nice and sunny at the minute. It's grand. And everything's going to be closed all weekend except for Saturday. So, joys. Cool. So, 6 minutes left. If anyone has any questions, ask away. Anna, you know that I can't answer someone. If you're asked a question, you have this drummed into you at school. If you're asked a question in a language, you answer the question in that language. So if you, in like writing tests or speaking tests, or not writing tests, if you ask a question, if they ask a question in German, you answer the question in German. Yeah, they are quite into crafts in Germany. There's lots of wool shops. They love their sock yarn, which is a treat. And there's a really big craft shop here, even if somebody that was working there was extremely rude. Well, no, she wasn't rude. It was just very stressful. Leipzig is further, yeah. No, Frankfurt has real nice weather. It's been like sunny. Not that I've been out and enjoyed it. Anna, how do you still snow? It's like spring now. Tell it to go away and go back to its own season. Stop invading all the other seasons. Everyone knows that snow only happens around Christmas time. When I was 3, fun fact, fun little story. When I was 3, I woke up on Christmas Day and looked out the window, and obviously was told it was Christmas Day, and looked out the window and I told my mum and dad that it couldn't have been Christmas Day. There was no snow. And yeah, really funny. It's starting to warm up here. Starting to warm up. The only craft shop that I found here is a shop called Idee, which is pretty ace. Plus there's like craft sections and department stores. I was going to look at temperatures. Ooh, I can hear upstairs walking around. How can it have snowed in June? That is summer. Redonkulous. Oh my goodness, Sweden's mental. Is Sweden even a country? It is. I wasn't. I shouldn't have boasted about the weather, guys. I shouldn't have boasted about the weather. I just checked the weather app. Okay. So tomorrow it's going to be cloudy. Wednesday it's going to rain. Thursday, glorious sunshine. Friday, rain. Obviously, Jesus dies. It's going to rain. And then probably when my parents visit, it's going to rain a week because that's a treat. Are there different kinds of crafts in Germany that we don't have in the UK? They're big into the hammer beads, or like perler beads, which we're also into in the UK. They're also, oh, bum chin. They're also really big into bead weaving. They've got, there's a fab bead weaving German magazine called Perlenpoesie, which is, we used to stock it in the shop that I used to work in. And yeah, so bead weaving is quite a big thing. They're really into sock knitting, which isn't like a new thing. Not a new thing. It's not like small in the UK, but it seems to be like really big here. Because my mum and my auntie really want to make hitchhiker scarves, like the scarf that I made, that I've knitted. I can see it. I can feel it. There we go. Oh, I almost fell off my chair. My hitchhiker scarf, which is this one. And yeah, they wanted to knit one. And it uses sock yarn, but you can also use 4-ply because that's what I'm currently using for it. But they couldn't find much sock yarn in their wool shops they always go to because we don't do sock yarn in the UK that much. So people do love knitting and crochet in Germany. It's because it's so cold, they need to knit and crochet to keep warm. But I can't read knitting and crochet patterns in German. Maybe that's what I should do with my time. Oh my goodness, decoupage. How could I have forgotten about decoupage? They love decoupage. It's ace. Sock knitting. The thing that I have, the problem I'm currently having with sock knitting is I'm doing it on double pointed needles, and I've got 3 needles on the thing, and then I'm knitting with a 4th. Where the stitches on one needle end and the stitches on the next needle start, I get like a really like big loose stitch, and I don't know how to make it not so loose. I'm in the process of knitting my first sock, and I need to do a few more rounds actually. That's a good point. Before my mum gets here, then I can be like, Mum, I don't understand how to do the heel. Help me. Because then she can help. Anna, I don't even know what the shabby chic Carpe Diem scene down here is. I'm going to say it's not very present in Frankfurt, as it is a predominant business financial city. So I'm going to say it's not. I'm going to say that's more like a more northern Germany thing, maybe like nearer you lot. Is Hamburg meant to, is it Hamburg? I think Hamburg's meant to be like hip and down with the kids, but I'm not sure. But that is time, guys. That is it. I hope that you have to hold it way tighter at the start and end of the needle. I know I tried. I'll try my next sock. I will. This is my first sock I've ever made, so I'll try to fix it for the next one. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I hope that you really enjoyed this live stream. I had a lot of fun, and I know I said last week that I was only going to do it for an hour, but then I ended up doing it for an hour and a half. I can't schedule when I'm going to do my next live stream, because I don't know when Mario is next going to be doing his D&D. So I don't know, but it's not going to be for the next couple of weeks because I'm going to have family visiting, and then I'm going to go back to England for a bit, and then I'm just going to be a bit, and then I'm going to Amsterdam, and so all of this. So thank you so much to all of you who came and hung out with me, and if you haven't hung out with me, thank you to all of you who have stuck through the video, watching it after the event. It was a lot of fun. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. What am I doing with my ears? And I had a lot of fun. Da-da-da. Here's hoping that nothing else explodes in the middle of the night tonight. And yeah, thank you all so much. I shall see you all very soon, hopefully in, what day is it today? Monday. Thursday's video. Fingers crossed. Yeah, hopefully. Wonderful stuff. Bye, 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 la la, da 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 da. Bye.